Hi dear students, I am Srinivas sir from Sri Sai Sadbhavana School. We have studied about we are learning about the abode of snow, the second chapter. Okay, in this we have learned about the location where the Himalayan mountains located, the meaning of the abode of snow, that is house of snow, everything, and what is the distance, that is the stretching, everything we have learned. Okay, physical features of the Himalayas also we learned. What is the climate? Okay, about the physical features, there are three. The physical features, the greater Himalayas are Himadri, the lesser Himalayas are Himachal, the outer Himalayas are Shivalik. Okay, the greater Himalayas, that means they are called as the abode of snow. They are very very long, that means very very height places, about 8,848 meters high. They have the 8,848 meters height there. The greater Himalayas, that means in the Karakoram range, their Mount Everest is located in Nepal. In Nepal, that is the highest peak of the world. Highest peak, that means that is the highest place in the world, that is 8,848 meters. Okay. I have told that Hillary, that two persons who have climbed this mountain also I have explained. Next come to the second one, mountain K2, that lies in Ladakh, that is in our India. Okay, and the other Nanda Devi, Kanchenjunga, Dhavalagiri, Nanga Parbat, Annapurna and Makalu. These are the some mountains of the this greater Himalayas or Himadri. In this place, that means in this greater Himalaya, that means height place, these are the mountains which are present. Next come to the glaciers there. In the greater Himalayas, the glaciers also produce, that means the flowing of snow. Due to the sun heat, the snow will, what it will do, the ice melts. The ice melts and moves down the slopes of the mountains as rivers. As rivers Gangotri and Yamunotri. Gangotri and Yamunotri are two important glaciers that start from the Himalayas. They move further down and form newer, never-ending rivers like the Ganga and Yamuna. Ganga and Yamuna. These rivers cut through the mountains and form lowlands called valleys. I have explained about the valleys. That means like this, if they flow, they will cut the land. They will cut the land, that is called as valleys. Next come to the lesser Himalayas. Here they are beautiful mountain ranges which are the visiting places like Simla, Darjeeling. Okay, here we have got beautiful mountain stretches as well as the rumbling waterfalls, rivers, fertile valleys, green grasslands and everything. Kulu Manali, Alomora, Nainital, Mussoorie, Darjeeling, these are the visiting places in the lesser Himalayas. When come to the outer Himalayas, it is very less height, that is 900 meters, so 1200-meter height. It unfolds the large flat valleys like dunes, known as dunes. Up to here we have studied. Now move to the page number 12. Page number 12. In this they have given what are the people, how they live, everything they have given. We will read and discuss one by one. First I will read eastern branches. Eastern branches. The Himalayas bend towards the eastern end of India, forming many hills known as Purvanchal. Purva means east, Anchal means mountains. Purvanchal. These extensions are low hills ranging between 1,800 meters and 3,000 meters in height. Garo, Khasi, Jaintia, Naga and Mizo hills together form the Purvanchal. This region gets heavy rainfall during the monsoon season and hence is covered with thick forests. So what is the meaning of these eastern branches? Here the Himalaya bends towards the eastern end of India, forming many hills. That means it bends in the east. In the east side, it bends it is called as Purvanchal. We call it as Purvanchal. Here they have given Purva means east. Purva means east. Anchal means mountains. Anchal means mountains. So Purvanchal means east side mountains. East side mountains. These extensions are low hills ranging between 1800 meters and 3000 meters in height. That means their height is 1800 meters to 3000 meters height. That means nearly 2 kilometers to 3 kilometers height. Okay, you know very well 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. So they are ranging from 2 kilometers to 3 kilometers in height. Okay, the names Garo, Khasi, Jaintia, Naga and Mizo hills together form the Purvanchal. These are the hills present in the Purvanchal. Once again I will repeat, Garo, Khasi, Jaintia, Naga and Mizo. These are the names of the hills. These are the names of the hills. This region gets heavy rainfall during the monsoon season and hence it is covered with thick forests. So in the monsoon season, they have heavy rainfall in this area. They have heavy rainfall. So automatically, due to the heavy rainfall, the forest is growing more. The forest is growing more. So they are covered with thick forests. This area is covered with thick forests. Next come to the Himalayan region. Himalayan region, Western Himalayas. Which are the places is covered? Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and parts of Uttar Pradesh. Central Himalayas, parts of Bihar, West Bengal and Sikkim. Eastern Himalayas, the seven sisters states consisting Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Mizoram, Tripura and Manipur. So these are the states in which the Himalaya mountains are passes. In which the Himalaya mountains are passes. First in the Western Himalayas, which are the states Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and parts of Uttar Pradesh. These are the places where the Western Himalayas passes. And come to Central Himalayas, parts of Bihar, West Bengal and Sikkim. These are the states in which the Central Himalayas passes. Next, Eastern Himalayas passes through the seven sisters. That means seven states. Seven states consisting of Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Mizoram, Tripura and Manipur. When you take the Indian map, you will find all these states. Okay, take the Indian map and check these and clarify yourself. Okay, it is very easy. Just check Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and parts of Uttar Pradesh. There you find out the Western Himalayas. Next come to Bihar, West Bengal and Sikkim. There the Central Himalayas. Eastern Himalayas, that is the seven states, they are called as seven sisters. They are called as seven sisters, that is Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Mizoram, Tripura and Manipur. Next come to the people of the Himalayan region. Here also, if so much of snow is also there, but the people also live there. Okay, the people live there. How their lifestyle? Let us study in this. The lifestyle and culture of the people of this region differ from state to state due to the varied landforms and climatic conditions. People wear warm clothing mostly made of wool and silk, which keeps them comfortable in the cold weather. Agriculture, animal rearing and handicrafts are the main occupations of the people of this region. People in the hilly areas of the mountains depend on the forest products for their living. There are a number of orchards in this region. People live in houses with sloping roofs because of the heavy rainfall and snowfall. The people of Jammu and Kashmir are known as Kashmiris. They speak Kashmiri, Dogri and Urdu. Their traditional dress is a long cloak called piran. During winter, they keep themselves warm by using a clay pot filled with burning coal. They fix this clay pot inside a cane basket and wear it inside their dress. This is called khangri. Their staple food is rice. They grow green tea on the mountain slopes and make a special kind of tea known as khawa. People of Jammu and Kashmir are very good at handicrafts. Kashmiri woolen carpets and shawls are world famous. Okay, up to here we will discuss the lifestyle and culture of the people of this region differ from state to state due to the varied landforms and climatic conditions. That means Western Himalayas, Central Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas. There they have passes through the different states, so they have different culture. For example, in our Karnataka state we have different culture. In Andhra Pradesh they have different culture. Just they have some differences. If it looks same as it is, but they have different culture. For example, in Kerala, they have different culture, very near state. But in the Himalayan ranges, they have different culture, difference from state to state. Okay, people wear warm clothing. People wear warm clothing because of this cold. That means it is always covered with the ice, so they always wear this warm clothes. Okay, mostly made of wool and silk. Made up of wool and silk. This keeps the body heat. Wool and silk. Okay, this keeps the body warm. This woolen and silk, what we are wearing, like a blanket. Like a blanket in the cold season, this woolen and silk or sweaters we are wearing, no, that is the wool. That is the wool. Okay, and which keeps them comfortable in cold weather. That means in the cold weather, they keep them warm. Keep the people warm, this wool and silk. Next come to agriculture. Agriculture, animal rearing and handicrafts are the main occupations of the people of this region. What is the occupation? Occupation means work. Occupation means work. What is the main work of these people? Is agriculture. Because rainfall is there, so rivers are flowing, so they do the agriculture. And animal rearing, rearing the animals. That means cows, sheep, like that animal. And handicrafts, making the handicrafts. Handicrafts means making the craft work by hand. Making the craft work by hand are called as handicrafts. Okay, are the main occupations of the people of this region. Craft means work, special work. That means what the arts we are taking. That is painting, or the making the dolls, making the sweaters, making the shawls. These are all called as handicrafts. These are all called comes under handicrafts. Okay, people in the hilly areas of the mountains depend on the forest products for their living, and in the mountains they are getting the in the forest they are getting the forest products like honey, like fruits. Okay, shikakai, other all the other things which are produced in the forest, they depend on that. They will take them, they will bring them, and they will sell, and they will earn the money. Okay, from the forest, they get all these things, and they will sell in the market, and then they will get the money. There are a number of orchards in this region. People live in houses with sloping roofs because of the heavy rainfall and snowfall. Due to this heavy rainfall and snowfall, their houses are like these slopes. Their houses are have slopes. Okay, like this. That means their roof is slope. Full slope, because if the rain falls, it will easily come. If the snow falls, it will easily come down. Okay. The people of Jammu and Kashmir are known as Kashmiris. Jammu and Kashmir, the people who are living in Jammu and Kashmir are called as Kashmiris. As we are living in Kannada, we are called as Kannadigas. Like that, they are called as Kashmiris. Okay. They speak Kashmiri, Dogri and Urdu. These are the languages which are Kashmiri, Dogri and Urdu are the languages of these Kashmiri people. Their traditional dress is a long cloak called firan. See, here they have wear a long chudidar like cloth that is called as firan. It is called as firan. During winter, that means in the cold season, they keep themselves warm by using a clay pot and pot filled with burning coal. What they will do? Just they will burn the coals and they will keep them in a pot. Keep them in a pot. They fix this clay pot inside a cane basket and wear it inside their dress. And somewhere they keep this to keep warm their body. Otherwise, when they go out, their body become very cold and they will die. So to avoid that, they keep some coal, that is burning coal inside their body. By this, see how they have prepared a kangari. That means inside this a pot is there which consists of coal, burning coal. They keep them inside this cane basket, inside the cane basket, and they will hang it along with them. And they will hang along with them, okay, inside their dress. This is called kangri. Their staple food is rice. What is their food? Rice. They eat the rice very much. They grow green tea on the mountain slopes. What they grow? They grow green tea. Okay, and make a special kind of tea known as kava. The special name of tea is, the name of the specialty is kava. People of Jammu and Kashmir are very good at handicrafts. I have already explained what is the handicraft. That means the work done by the hands is called as handicraft. For example, Kashmiri woolen carpets. Woolen carpets and shawls are world famous. Now also we are asking, give Kashmir shawl. Okay, it is world famous. They are world famous, that Kashmiri carpets as well as the Kashmiri shawls. Next I will read. Majority of the inhabitants of Himachal Pradesh are tribals. They wear sheep for wool. Women wear kurtas and long skirts or chudidar and cover their heads with scarves called dhazu. Men wear paijamas, kurtas and caps designed with colorful borders called Himachal caps. Sikkim is sandwiched between the two countries, Nepal and Bhutan, and crowned by Tibet on top. Hence, the people of Sikkim belongs to three main tribes, Lepchas, Bhutais, and Nepalis. The women wear long skirts called boku and kurtas with colorful bead jewelry. Okay, majority of the inhabitants of Himachal Pradesh are tribals. That means they are coming from the other states. They rear sheep for wool. What they will do? They rear sheep for the woolen purpose, wool purpose. Women wear kurta and long skirts or chudidars and cover their heads with scarves called dazu. They cover their heads with scarves. That means what we call scarf. Okay, they are called as dhazu. They call it as dhazu. Okay, this is the scarf. That means a piece of cloth. A piece of cloth. Okay, men wear pajamas and kurtas, but they will wear the pants, but they are very loose. They are called as pajamas, and kurtas, like the chudidar, same type as the chudidar, and caps designed with colorful borders called Himachali caps. Himachali caps. Okay. Sikkim is sandwiched between the two countries, Nepal and Bhutan. Because Sikkim is very small state, it is in between the Nepal and Bhutan countries and crowned by Tibet on top. In the top, it is crowned by the Tibet. That means in the top, Tibet country is present. Okay. Hence, the people of Sikkim belong to three main tribes. That means all the three countries people are living in this Sikkim. Okay. They are Lepchas, Bhutais and Nepalis. These are the three country people, they are living in Sikkim. Here the women wear long skirts called boku and kurtas. They also wear long skirts and the kurtas with colorful bead jewelry. That means beads. They are using the beads which will glow. Beads, have you seen the beads? That means designed on the saris. They are called as the beads. The stones, they are designed on the sarees, they are called as beads. Okay, their dress also designed with these beads. They will like a diamond-like structures, but not the diamond. They are glass pieces. They are the glass pieces. Next, the people of the Purvanchal Himalayas weave beautiful woolen garments. The people of Nagaland there were mostly hunters. Now, agriculture and forestry are the main occupations of the people there. Farming is the major occupation of the people among the Brahmaputra Valley. Tea is the principal crop grown here. The people of the Himalayan region are highly skilled in making bamboo and cane handicrafts. Beautiful valleys, flowing rivers, and comforting climatic conditions that exist in the region have made it very attractive. This is one of the most beautiful places in our country. That means how the India, Himachal is most beautiful place in our country. They have explained here. The people of Purvanchal Himalayas weave beautiful woolen garments. That means they will make like we are making the sarees, like they will make these woolen garments. Okay, woolen garment means sweaters, topis, gloves, okay, socks, like that, everything, shawls, okay, wall carpets by the woolens. They will make all the garments. The people of Nagaland were mostly hunters. Nagaland people, they hunt the animals and they will sell them. Now, agriculture and forestry are the main occupations of the people there. First, they are the hunters. Now, their main occupation, that means work, is agriculture and forestry. Farming is the major occupation of the people along the Brahmaputra Valley. Farming is agriculture as well as rearing the animals along the Brahmaputra river valley. That means the valley means where the river this flows. Beside this is called as the valley. If the river Brahmaputra is flowing beside this side and this side, they will make farming as well as the agriculture. Okay, tea is the principal crop grown here. What is the principal crop? Tea. What we are drinking tea, that tea leaves here they will grow. The people of the Himalayan region are highly skilled in making bamboo and cane handicrafts. They use the bamboo and cane to make the handicrafts. Now, in the cane. Okay, that is we call it in Kannada we call them as bidiru. Okay, that beautiful valleys, that means here how the climatic condition, how the places are. Beautiful valleys are there, floating rivers, that means 24 hours, 365 flowing rivers are there, and the comforting climatic conditions, that means very good climatic condition that exists in this region have made it very attractive. For that reason only, so many people are visiting this area. Okay, so many people throughout the world they are visiting here. This tourism is also very very important business here. Okay, this is one of the most beautiful places in our country. Importance of the Great Himalayas. Khyber, Bolan, Skipila and Nathula are the passages between the mountains of the Himalayas. These are called passes. They are useful in carrying out trade and communication with other countries. The Himalayas stand as a natural barrier separating India from the rest of Asia. They protect us from the dry cold winds blowing from the north. They entrap the monsoon winds which give us rain. They are the source of the never-ending rivers which are useful for irrigation and for generating electricity. These are the importance of the Great Himalayas, that means uses. What are the uses of these Himalayan mountains? Khyber, Bolan, Skipila and Nathula are the passages between the mountains. That means mountains of the Himalayas, there are passages. If the mountains are like this, see, these are the passages where their transport purpose they are using or making the roads to contact with the other countries. To make the contact with the other countries, they are called as passes. What they are called as? They are called as passes. They are useful in carrying out trade and communication with other countries. Trade means business. Business. We are making some things, we are selling to them and we are purchasing from the other countries. So these passes help them for the people. Okay. Next, the Himalayas stand has a natural barrier separating India from the rest of Asia. This Himalaya separates the India from the rest of Asian country. They protect us from the dry and cold winds blowing from the north. That means from the north, the hot wind will blow. This protects that hot winds. Okay. This stand has the wall. This stands as the wall. They protect us from the dry and cold winds blowing from the north. They entrap the monsoon winds which gives us rain. That means they stop the monsoon winds flowing away. Okay, they stop and that rain will fall here only. That means the monsoon winds are moving, they stop like a wall. That monsoon will, the rain will flow here. That means we will get that rain also. They are the sources of never-ending rivers. That means Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra. These are all the rivers where they are taking origin. That means they are taking birth and they are flowing throughout the year. But by that they are get the irrigation. That means agriculture as well as the electricity throughout the year. Throughout the year, we are getting the useful irrigation and for generating electricity. That means we are getting the current, what you call it as current, that is electricity. The correct word for current is electricity, not the current. Current means flowing. Okay, but we have to spell electricity. Okay, the dense forests of the Himalayas provide us valuable timber and forest products. The hill stations located amidst the Himalayas attract tourists from all over the world. The high peaks of the Himalayas are visited by mountaineers from all over the world. That means the dense forest here provide a valuable timber, that means wood and forest products. So many products are available in the forest. Okay, there are so many honey, okay, fruits, some Ayurvedic medicines, medicinal plants, medicinal roots, medicinal leaves. So many things are available from the forest. So we will take them and we will sell them and we will earn the money. They are the valuable sources for our money, valuable sources for our country. Okay, the hill stations located amidst the Himalayas attracts tourists. That means they are the tourist places. So I have already explained that. So from the all over the world, the people are visiting these places. All over the world, the peoples are visiting this place. The high peaks of the Himalayas are visited by mountaineers from all over the world. That means from the other countries, they come here and they will climb the mountains. That means they are also visitors. Okay, this about the this chapter. Okay, I hope you understand very well. We will continue in the next class. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Please like and subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.